So hi everyone, today I'll be talking about one game of Ilban that I played. So I look at this row and I think nothing really stands out to me. Maybe still suits, but I don't really want to play Memnon for still suits. I think Tlielaxu Masters in the row, if I play Count Ilban, I think I'm quite happy if I pick it up. And if I play Count Ilban and draw, I think gene manipulation is fine as well. So that's why I gravitate to it. I think other good leaders in this position are Baron. Um, I think Baron's pretty strong in this position as well, and Tessia is always good to play. But I play Ilban because of I think Tlielaxu Master and Gene Manipulation. I think if I pick either of them up, I'm quite happy. Or if I get early experimentations and buying Python Genius Advisor, I'm also quite happy. So hence I pick Ilban. So in the first section of the game, I have Seek Allies and Diplomacy in hand. So because of this, I want to play both of them. And I don't really like going to full space early, especially if I don't have another way to get to another full space. So let's say if I go to full space now, when am I reliably getting the friendship? I'm never going to get it. So sure, I can just give it to Paul and let them fight over it. Yeah, and I think this is an approach that you should take. You should be greedy to yourself, especially early in the game. Sometimes you'll play table blocker, but you can always choose to further your own game. So what I do is I just go to wealth with my Seek Allies. I want to play my dagger and then I'll play diplomacy wherever I can. Yep. So let's see how this game plays out. I choose not to nuke the Tlielaxu Master. I want to play against it more. I think it's fine. So it comes back around to me. I think about using my Signet Ring on my dagger, and then I decide to use my dagger to go to Mentat. This is just to keep a higher persuasion count. I think both are fine. I probably want to just buy a better card. I think that's my thought process in using the dagger. Notable things that happen is that Paul doesn't go to full space and Handra goes to full space instead. So, and no one nukes a row, so actually Helena actually goes to Arakaeen and picks up Tlielaxu Master. So this causes Tlielaxu Master to be in her first reshuffle, which is actually the most powerful scenario I've talked about Tlielaxu Master. A bit fearful, but I just take note of it. Just play accordingly. Okay, so it comes back around to me. What we notice is that for this combat, even though there's a victory point, red only puts in 2 troops, green puts in 1. Green doesn't put in more because I'm acting behind him. And in this scenario, I choose to go to diplomacy, and I have the ability to take the point if I go to hardy warriors, but I choose to just go to still suits. Okay, if I go still suits, I can put in 2 troops, and then I think that if red has no daggers, I will beat him. If he has 1 dagger, so be it. And if I force a tie, if I force out his combat trick, I'll be very happy. So I choose to go to still suits in this manner. So my first buy round, something good happens. Because of the cards everyone else buys, Guild Ambassador reveals itself, and I choose to buy it. I think with 4 I could have chose to nuke the row as well, and also in this case, red had 1 dagger, so we actually are tied on combat strength, and I'm quite happy. I don't really need to win. Getting the 2 Solari is very good for Ilban, as I get to Mentat again, so I'm very happy to get second place. So round 2 comes around, and I have 2 experimentations and reconnaissance. There are no good places to go to with my experimentations, and there's no good place to go to dagger except Mentat. So I choose to go to Mentat first and see what I draw. I do risk drawing the Guild Ambassador, but I take the risk. It pays off. I draw a Diplomacy and my Signet Ring, both of which I'm very happy to play. Okay, so notable things that happened this round is that Paul on his first action actually goes to full space, so you know that he doesn't have faction access for his first round, so he has both of them now. He blocks Handro to get the round 2 spacing friendship, which is great for me. Like, I don't care because no one has the friendship, so it's great for me. In this case, I have Diplomacy to play, and I have a combat card to play as well. So in this case, I have a Signet Ring to go to a combat space. So in this case, I will always choose to go to well first, so that I can react to what happens on the board, so that I can play my Signet Ring later on and either get some cheap combat rewards. However, because red puts in 1 troop, I don't have any daggers in hand, it's not very cheap for me to win any combat rewards. So I just use my Signet Ring, I go to Kartak, and I put in 2 troops to trigger the intrigue to get 3 Solari. And ending me off with 6 Solari. I'm quite happy with this, and I draw an intrigue. So reveal happens, and I have 5 to buy. I buy a power play, nothing too exciting. So in round 3, on my hand, I see I have 3 green access cards. So this is terrible, but it's not the end of the world for me. Worst come to worst, if Mentat is blocked, I'll go High Council, or I'll go to Tech Negotiators. So both, I think, are okay actions. Both not great, but I think both okay. I think I can even go to get a Dreadnought and with the 2 spies buy something as well. So they are all okay options, and I'm not blocked entirely. But because no one goes to Mentat, I choose to go to Mentat first. So a lot of people, I think, when they play Guild Ambassador, they are very pressurized to get the Alliance, but I'm in no rush for it. No, I just get the spice and be happy with it. So when it comes around to me, because of how the board situation is, no one is going to full space, and if I go to full space with my power play, I actually get interstellar shipping access this round and 2 rounds forward, but I don't have yellows this round, so I will get it at least for rounds 4 and rounds 5. So I'm very happy about it, and so that's why I use my power play to go to spacing. And also, it fuels in the Guild Ambassador as well. So notable things that happen is that green actually on this action decides to goes to or in this round gets Swordmaster and now goes to Kartek, and because of that she puts in 3 troops. I mean, looks fine, right? I mean, you there's one other person to act behind you. You know, you put in 3 troops. You have 2 intrigue cards in hand. But what that allows me to do, right, it allows me to go to Hardy Warriors. Sure, there's a lot of spice on the board that I am in some sense giving up, but you know, a point is a point, and this point is very cheap. You know, I can put in four troops and lead her by maybe about 4 combat strength. You know, I'm very happy with that. I mean, if he wants to play an intrigue card to beat me, that's fine. Or if he wants to tie me also, that's fine as well. And I'll just make him pay the cost for it. And in this case, because he put in 3 troops, I'm eating him up in terms of value, right? It's not as though he put in 1 and I put in 4. He put in 3 and I put in 4. So in that sense, I'm really actively fighting against the Tlielaxu master player. So he reveals Tlielaxu Master, and yeah, I'm very happy to beat him in the combat. In the combat also, I buy Interstellar Conspiracy, which is a good card because I already have 1 spacing card in hand. So round 4 comes around, it's another combat point. So I mean, I look at it, it's great, but what do I do with my first action? So in this case, when I look at it, green already has Swordmaster, red is in position to get Swordmaster this round. So if I get Tlielaxu, there's no way which I am there's no way which I'm getting Swordmaster.
What's your thoughts on
So I don't really care about Swordmaster that much. As such, I play an experimentation to go up first.
end all unwinnable?
I value playing daggers to Mentat more than playing Signet Rings to Mentat. Both are good as well.
But
It comes back around to me. You know, Mentat's available. Let's go Mentat with Signet Ring. It's still relatively good. So here I make a judgment call, and the judgment call I make is that blue has artillery and probably some daggers in hand. I think he would probably get to somewhere high up in the number of swords, but because red has no other troops in garrison, I think if I play my urgent mission now and then if I get troops into my garrison, it leaves me the option to check out how many swords blue has, and because he has no intrigues, I'm able to see if I can beat him in combat by going to Hardy Warriors again. The other line I'm thinking of is to get water somehow so that I can collect the spice. But I think the victory point is more important. So I recall my agent and then I can go interstellar shipping again. So another reason I do this is that I have all my yellow access this round, and if I don't cash out on interstellar shipping this round, I'm unable to next round as well. So this fuels all my plans. Because I know I'm not getting Swordmaster. It's a very late Swordmaster already. Next round is round 5. I choose to get Holtzman Engine instead. So once again, green has a very small deck. He reveals Tlielaxu Master again. No concern to me. Blue reveals 5 swords, so it brings him up to 8 strength. Alright. But what is it? But 8 strength, because I have a dagger, I can just go to Hardy Warriors, get a 9 strength. He has no intrigue cards in hand, I'm not scared of him. And green is at 5 combat strength, but because he has not played a combat intrigue the previous round, I'm not scared of him as well. So because of that, I made a judgment call to go to Hardy Warriors and get another victory point. And I sneak it in. So it's round 5. I draw the combo of Interstellar Conspiracy and Guild Ambassador. I don't think my hand has much of direction, so what I choose to do, I think about it for very, very long. And eventually I choose to go to the Mentat with Guild Ambassador and Interstellar Conspiracy. I'm definitely playing these 2 cards together, and I don't really want to force the alliance on myself at this point of time. So I do it, and I get a bump in Bene Gesserit, and also get 3 spice. I don't know what I'm doing with the spice, but spice is always good. So it comes back around to me, and I know that I'm going to play my full space card. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but I choose to go to Wealth with it. One reason is that because I have Holtzman Engine, I kind of want to get the Spice Plus Flow this round. And if I go to High Council, because I already trashed 1 card, 1 dagger, I know all the cards in my deck give me Persuasion, and I'm able to get Spice must slow this round, as long as I send my dagger to High Council. So that's why I end up taking this line. So it's round 5 and I choose to go to High Council, guarantee me the Spice Must Slow buy. So one other thing this does is this also enables me to buy Spice Must Slow very easily the next round as well. I'll draw 6 cards and I should be able to buy a Spice Must Slow relatively easily. So round 6 comes around and I ask myself, can I win this game this round? So if I need 3 points, right, how am I getting these 3 points? So the first point I look at is that I have 2 points dangling on in terms of Bene Gesserit and Emperor. So if I'm able to claim these 2 points, these 2 points are the easiest, and the third point probably is from a Spice Must Slow buy, which is highly reachable. So I hope that Mentat is available to me when it comes around. So they leave Mentat to me, and the first thing I do is to go to Mentat with my dagger. Draw 2 cards. So when it comes back around to me, I'm a bit sad that the tech to get 2 bumps is gone. However, when I play my trick to draw a card and get a water, I actually wish I could go to Research Station, but Research Station is blocked as well. But because of luck, I get Interstellar Conspiracy, and I'm able to play with my Guild Ambassador. So I'll have tried to fish for it either way. So this allows me 1 faction bump and gets me 1 point. So if I count the amount of persuasion I have left, I already have 7. So, but I do want to get more persuasion so I can play 1 more card. And I think if I get 1 more persuasion, I'm very easily able to buy a Spice Must Slow and play 1 of the cards. So I see also that if I play a experimentation, I'm able to get 1 more beetle, and this beetle plus additional Tlielaxu cube will get me another point there. So I see my roadmap to victory. I just need to buy a Spice Must Slow and get a bump. So among the bumps that I can choose, I choose to go to Emperor because it gives me a benefit. I can actually throw the troops in, but I think I would just set up for round 7 if it gets to that point. Yep, I draw an experimentation and all is good in the world. No, I play it, I research, I get a beetle, and I have 3 cubes in the bank already. So there's a point there. A spice must flow by, and I'm at 10 points. Round 6. No one can stop me, and all the other 3 players are fighting amongst themselves for mediocre benefits this combat. And so that's how you play Ilban. You know, you get good on play greens and you go to Mentat a lot. You convert those extra Mentats into early points through combat or cheap rewards through combat. And then late in the game you buy Spice Plus Flows. And if you see, I actually do play Diplomacy a lot this game. And even though I don't have too many faction access cards, because I get to play Diplomacy a lot, because I'm drawing so many cards, it allows me to really pressure the tracks. And I have actually 1 point that's just left hanging there in Bene Gesserit, right? So with the Holtzman point, I end the game at 11 points, around 6. Yep. So these are things you can do as Ilban. Ilban is a very strong leader. Play it. He got early sword master as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Nobody blocked you all the game long. Nobody took your Mentat.
Yeah, no one took Mentat. That's all. No one took Mentat.
And you won too many
cheap combats. Yeah, cheap combats.
You won too many combats for cheap, and yeah, no blocking on Mentat.
Yeah, but it was quite easy. I think Green telegraphed that he has no combat intrigues, and you had no intrigues in hand. So last to act with Mentat and just put the troops in. And sometimes I actually didn't want, like there was one round I wanted to just get Swordmaster, but then cause Green put in 3 troops, I was like, okay, if I can beat Green easily now, and I just put in 4, and if he has an intrigue, he has an intrigue. If he doesn't, then I get Swordmaster. Both are fine.
Yeah, it was pretty easy game, to be honest.
Yep. Okay, thanks for the game. I'm dropping off.
Yeah, see you.